Good morning, I'm Annie Larkin, the Associate Curator of Public Programs at the Amerind Museum, and welcome to Amerind Virtual Autumn Fest featuring the music of Gabriel Ayala. I would now like to introduce Amerind's President and CEO, Dr. Eric Caldwell, who will say a few words.
Good morning. I want to thank all of you for joining us today for the second day of Amerind's Virtual Autumn Fest. In these extraordinary times, it is so good to be able to get together in whatever ways we can. I want to thank all of the artists who have participated this year. Your generosity in sharing your talent and your vision with all of us creates a bright light in our lives, and it is deeply appreciated. I want to thank our financial sponsors. Without their support, these free online programs would not be possible. I want to thank our two title sponsors, Sterling Investment Management and Arizona G&T Cooperatives. They stood by Autumn Fest year after year, and this year was no exception. I want to thank our newest sponsor, the Arizona Commission on the Arts, for their generous festival grant. Thank you for helping Arizona's nonprofits through this difficult period. And I want to thank all of you joining us today. During this year, like so many businesses, Amerind had to close its doors temporarily. Thanks to artists, scholars, and online content, we were able to continue to fulfill our mission in connecting Indigenous history and art with a broader world. Without the support of our generous members and donors, we would not be able to offer the programs that we have. Thanks to each of you for your help in this difficult time. If you would like to join this generous Amerind community but haven't yet had the chance, please visit Amerind's website for membership and donation information. No museum can do its work without a community of people like you. And an extra special thanks for Amerind's Associate Curator for Public Programs and Autumn Fest's Master of Ceremonies, Annie Larkin. She has been a true leader in making Amerind's online programming possible, and we could not have accomplished all this without her. Thank you for all your work. I'll turn this back over to Annie to introduce the incredibly talented Gabriel Ayala, whose music, paintings, wearable art, and wisdom continue to inspire so many. Thanks to Gabriel for being with us today. Back to you, Annie.
Thank you, Eric. Amerind Virtual Autumn Fest will feature Indigenous artists and performers from throughout the Southwest. In addition to our concert with Gabriel Ayala, we will also have salon art and sales with Troy Seiss in Race Latte at 1:30 p.m. and Raquel Kemp at 3 p.m. You can join us by watching the programs live on Facebook or registering to view the events on Zoom. For information about Amerind Virtual Autumn Fest programming, check the events section of the Amerind website or Facebook page. During the last several months, we have all been enduring a world impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Many of the artists and musicians featured in Virtual Autumn Fest have been negatively impacted financially as they have not had opportunities to sell their art or perform their music. We at Amerind ask that, if able, please support these talented people through a purchase of their works of art and music or provide gratuity. Through your support, you can make a direct impact in the lives of artists and musicians. This morning, we hope you'll support the work of Gabriel Ayala through purchasing his music on his website, which is ayalaguitarist.com, or through providing gratuity at PayPal. That is, his link is paypal.me/Gabriel Ayala, or through Venmo using Deezmas, which is DEEZMAS. This information will be posted in the comments section of the Facebook Live video feed and sent in an email to all of our Zoom registrants. So Yoeme guitarist Gabriel Ayala is an accomplished classical musician. He is positioned at the forefront of a new generation of Native American musicians, breaking all Native and non-Native stereotypes with his trailblazing assortment of music genres and accolades. Gabriel performed at such venues as the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts and the National Museum of the American Indian. He was also a featured artist at President Barack Obama's Inaugural and played for Pope Benedict XVI. In addition to being an incredible musician, Gabriel is a talented artist. In October 2017, he began creating ledger art, a deeply personal and contemporary way of infusing his cultural traditions of storytelling through visual art. An exhibit of his ledger art is currently on display at Amerind through January 31st, 2021. Thank you so much, Gabriel. We're very thankful for you sharing your time and talent with our audience today. I'll hand it over to you.
Yosem Chinyawu. Good morning and hello to everyone. My name is Gabriel Ayala. Whoops, sorry about that. Having technical difficulties this morning. There we go. Hope everyone is well. I am from the Pasquayaki tribe here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm very thankful to Amerind Museum for inviting me here. Thank you to Annie and Eric and everyone there at Amerind for all that they do for the community. It's just a true treasure to have this museum here in Southern Arizona. So say Chocotesia, thank you so much. Also want to thank the Arizona Commission of the Arts for helping co-sponsor this amazing event, this fall festival, which we were hoping to all be at in person, but unfortunately, due to the times and everything at hand, it's just not possible. But nonetheless, I am here and very thankful. I'm going to share some classical music for you to start with, and then move around to different genres. I am a classically trained musician. I'm trying to get to my computer here, so I'm not ignoring the screen, I promise. I'm a product of the University of Arizona, so bear down to everyone out there. And one of the only Native Americans performing classical music, and to my knowledge, the only one touring, and very excited about that because it helps to further break the stereotypes for Indigenous artists and helps to further encourage our youth to really pursue anything and everything that they want to do in their lives as Indigenous people. So again, we started off with a song entitled Romanza, and then into a Bach air on a G string. And I'd like to take you to a composition by Albinoni, a song I recorded some 9 years ago on a CD entitled Remembrance. And so this is Adagio by Albinoni. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Choco Tesha. As I said, I'm a product of the University of Arizona. Really proud to be a Wildcat. And more than that, as an indigenous male, trying to break those stereotypes of not just classical music, but of really all genres. So some years back, I was on tour in Caracas, Venezuela, and playing at one of the oldest conservatories in South America, and decided that I was going to improvise that night. And as classical musicians, that's a big no-no. We're always taught that unless that little black dot is on the sheet of music, then you're not allowed to play it. But I wanted to break that. So I went up and started to improvise, and 3 or so minutes into the composition, I realized I shouldn't have tried to do this, but it was too late, finished it. Second night on tour, still in Venezuela, I was there for a week and decided I'm going to try this again. And I kept trying and pushing myself into teaching myself through just doing it. And out of that came this composition. This composition is entitled Iniapsi, which means my heart. And it's in the form of an alegría, which is a flamenco dance form. And I'd like to share it with you all this early morning. So again, this is Iniapsi. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying this. It's a little different when you're not able to see comments and know if there's actually anybody watching. So I'm just trusting and hoping that there's somebody watching there. I want to say cheers and good morning to everyone. I'm drinking some beautiful chamomile tea. So I started writing many compositions in my own style, which I call jazzmenko, and that was definitely one of those examples of jazzmenko, a fusion of traditional flamenco with jazz. So it's kind of the improvisational feel of jazz and the chordal structure mixed with the driving force of flamenco. So there you have it. So again, years ago, as a classically trained musician, I loved listening to, I mean, oh my goodness, the composers, Stravinsky, Mussorgsky, Wagner, Bach, you know, the greats like that and stuff. But I heard Vivaldi's Four Seasons, and I thought, what a beautiful composition. And from there, I found out that a tango composer by the name of Astor Piazzolla also wrote a Four Seasons. And I thought, you know, I'd sure love to write a Four Seasons suite. But unfortunately, here in the desert, you know, we really only have two. It's either hot or hotter. But nonetheless, I decided to try to write my own Four Seasons suite and released it on my album entitled Shades of Blue. So this is the fall season from my Four Seasons suite. And I think it's very fitting that we're here during the Fall Fest here to play this composition at this point. So this is Wase Wate Wicheo. Again, this is the fall season. So Cortez, thank you so much. We've been living kind of in a movie of sorts, at least in my eyes. That's the way I see it. Back in February 14th was the last time I performed publicly. And March 2nd is a date that I won't forget. March 2nd, I was sitting around here in my home and I was looking at all this ugliness surrounding us. The news was scaring the heck out of everyone, me included, and not knowing what was going to happen the following day. So I decided to grab my guitar. I got on Facebook and I said, I'm going to go live. I'm going to give a free concert. I'm going to call it Concert for Healing. And I'm just going to play. And hopefully we can get our minds off of what's going on. Fast forward to now, October 24th, I've now given 29 concerts for free. I never wanted to charge. I didn't want to take advantage of people's unease of everything that was happening in the world. I just wanted to give back and share the gift that the Creator gave me. It's been incredibly difficult for all artists out there, as Annie was saying, to support artists. I really hope you do. There's so many talented artists out there that are kind of lost right now, not knowing what's to come, myself included. So by your generosity, by your moral support, financial, if you're looking to get music from artists, artwork from artists, jewelry, I really implore you to support them in this time of uncertainty. It seems like the rest of the world went back to work except for us because we're non-essential. But I really feel that through music, people were able to get through this. So if there's an artist that you really love, support them, reach out to them and ask how you can help. So I'll get off my soapbox now. During this time, during this pandemic, I've written many new compositions, and this is a new one here that I wrote. And I commented the other day on Facebook. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink. I commented that we're living in this darkness, kind of surrounded by it all. And a lot of people are really frightened of it. So I decided to record a new song. This is a new composition. And this is entitled In a Darkened Room. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm just kind of taking for granted that you guys are doing little hearts and thumbs ups and stuff like that. And if not, that's okay as well. Again, I'm very thankful to Amerind for all that they do for so many diverse artists. It's truly amazing to be a part of their family. And I say their family because I've always been treated that way. I've never been treated just as a musician or as an artist. A very welcoming feeling there. And I really hope that you all support Amerind by going out there and looking at all the amazing exhibits. As mentioned before, Eric and I believe both Annie mentioned that I have an exhibit there of my ledger art. So it would be fantastic if you get a chance to go check out my artwork there. I'm also a visual artist from ledger art to what I call wearable art. So some of my wearable art that I have on today, hit me up if you're interested. Again, in these times, we artists really need your support. So I'd like to play another composition, and then we're going to do a quick Q&A. So this is a song entitled Se Wa'anya. Technical difficulties there. And maybe that's where we need to stop it, this song, for whatever reason there. So let's see, unless we can get it. Yep, we're back. Whew, made it through there. Well, at least you guys all know that this is definitely live and not pre-recorded. Sometimes these little technical difficulties happen. My apologies, but we'll move forward. So I believe we're going to do a quick Q&A if Annie is still there.
I am here. And I also want to let our audience know that Gabriel agreed to do one last song after the Q&A, so don't go away. He will be performing yet another song. The first question for you, Gabriel, was what was the reaction in Caracas to your improvisation?
I really don't know. I was kind of lost, kind of fumbling through it. Luckily, as a classically trained musician, I started thinking, okay, what key signature am I in? Okay, I'm in C sharp minor. What's the 1-4-5? Where do I get to this? How do I resolve this composition? And I got through it and I finished it and I looked up and people politely applauded. Hopefully it wasn't that horrible. In my mind, it was falling apart, but I'm always very critical over myself. But again, from that spawned this new composition. So I'm pretty happy about that.
And we have some admirers of your wearable art. And where can people purchase your wearable art?
They can find me directly. I am currently working at getting an Etsy page. It'll be Ayala Wearable Art. So if they can look on Etsy, I'm just barely creating this page. So there's only one item on that. But very soon, hopefully over the weekend, I'll be able to put more. But this is the first time I'm announcing my Etsy page. So it's Ayala Wearable Art. But they can also get a hold of me directly and see on my Facebook page on a folder that I labeled Wearable Art. And my official page is Gabriel Ayala Official.
In addition to the guitar, do you play any other instruments?
Yes, ma'am. I've played, so I started with many other things before the guitar. I was playing the saxophone, played the piano, cello, violin, percussion, drum set, bass, and a lot of in-between stuff that I kind of fake well enough. Some instruments that I'm really fond of are the French horn. I never got to play the French horn, but I really admire the French horn sound. Also the bassoon and the oboe. I know that may sound a little weird, but being a Stravinsky fan, I love the use of those sounds, the double reed instruments.
And at what age and what inspired you to begin learning how to play music?
I didn't start playing the classical guitar or even just a guitar until I was about 14 or 15. And when I first started, just like every other guitarist, I think we think, oh, we're all going to be rock stars. We're going to be on stages with people screaming our names and stuff like that. And then I heard, I'm going to kind of age myself here. I heard a record of somebody playing a song entitled Asturias, which is a song that goes. And I thought, that's what I'm missing in my life. And it just kind of took me in a different direction. And I knew that's where I wanted to aspire to lead myself in this musical career. And I just hoped that I could play music for the rest of my life. And fortunately, I'm still doing that many years later. Not live right now at the moment, but nonetheless, I'm still performing. Those of you that want to see my concerts, I perform every Monday night, unless I'm away at ceremonies or ceremonial or cultural commitments at 8 p.m. And again, those concerts are free. They're all based on donations.
And when did you begin writing music?
I started writing music back in college. I got my undergrad from the Texas A&M University, and we would have to take composition classes. So I would have to write for a quintet or a string trio, or sometimes even just for the guitar. And I was kind of forced to write compositions. And I think that they were technically, good, but it wasn't my soul being poured into it yet. So it wasn't until a couple of years after that, maybe when I started in the grad program at the University of Arizona, that I really started to try to create my own voice. But even then, it was still just mainly classical repertoire until about the last maybe 15 years of my life, until where I decided I really wanted to use this guitar more as my voice.
And I think this question is inspired by the decor on your wall, perhaps. Do you have one primary guitar, or do you use whichever you are drawn to?
Yes, I mean, I have guitars that I even record with. By the way, the decor on my wall, the majority of it are lanyards from backstages to where everywhere I've performed. You can't see it probably, but right here over my right shoulder is the lanyard and all the credentials that I had to have when I performed at the second inaugural ball for Barack Obama. So it's kind of a reminder and kind of a legacy of what I've done in my career. But guitar-wise, I'm very fortunate to have so many guitars that some I use strictly just for recording, some I use for different genres. If I was playing jazz, I would be playing a different guitar. If I'm playing flamenco, different guitar. Luckily, this one is a really diverse instrument, handmade for me from Valencia, Spain, and by Prudencio Heiss. And I just love performing on it. But again, a very wider range of guitars and in my arsenal, I should say.
The next question, she says, I have never bought one of your CDs, but she sure is considering it now. Could you please explain the difference between Remembrance and Portraits?
Sure. Well, Remembrance is a CD that features some of my original compositions. First time I ever recorded my original compositions and pushed them out there into the world. And Portraits is an all classical CD. Songs like that, Asturias, songs of Bach, Eric Satie. So it's an all classical CD. And I'll mention right now that if people are interested in downloading CDs, I offer 2 different deals to where it's 5 CDs for $25 via download, or 8 CDs plus unreleased music for $40. So if they want to download some of my music, nowadays not many people have physical copies that they like to purchase, but for those of you that want downloadable music, you can reach out to me, send me a direct message, and I will get in touch with you as soon as possible as how you can do that.
And again, you can find Gabriel's music at ayalaguitarist.com. He is also on Facebook at, please forgive me if I'm wrong, Gabriel Ayala Official. Is that correct?
It is Gabriel Ayala Official. And you guys can follow me on Instagram and all those other kind of cool places too.
And are there other places where we can find your music available for purchase?
Sure, on iTunes, I'm on Spotify, I'm on SoundCloud. If you just Google my name, all those listings will come up. And a real quick funny story, when I first started in my career, I had to have been like when the internet craze was really starting and everybody was Googling themselves and searching. I said, I'm going to search my name and see how many hundreds of hits I get. And I searched my name, and to my dismay, I was so sad that there was just like 2 hits on my name. And I was like, gee, I guess I'm not as famous as I thought I was in my mind. And a while back, I Googled myself, and I don't know how many pages and pages were all just about my name. And it was kind of an affirmation that I've done some good things in my life, and I'm very, very happy to continue to share music.
Well, we're incredibly grateful that you have chosen to do so, and I just want to let you know that we have received lots of words of thanks from people such as Carol, Julie, Molly, Kim. Lots of people are saying thank you for bringing this healing music to everyone today. And
that's fantastic.
I will go ahead and let you conclude the program with your final song.
Yes, ma'am. Again, thank you so much to Amerind, first of all, to my family there. I hope to see you in person one day soon. To the Arizona Commission for the Arts, to you both, I say Choco Tesia. Thank you for supporting all artists. During this time, during this pandemic, there's a lot of uncertainty. What we can be certain of is that it's real. I've unfortunately had too many cases of lost relatives during this time. And I implore you to mask up, social distance yourself from others. We need to get through this as a human race. So I wrote this song entitled Quarantine over the summer, and I'd like to share it with you all. I'm going to be releasing these 2 new tracks on Monday. For those of you that would like to know how to get them, search my Facebook page. I will let people know how to acquire these 2 new songs, unreleased music. Also let you guys know that I do have these masks for sale. These are my own artwork. So I'm going to put my mask on here dramatically. And I'm going to go ahead and play this last song here with the mask on and then fade out. By the way, this is the wrong way to wear a mask. This is the correct way to wear a mask. It doesn't help if you have it right here at the bottom. So protect yourself, protect others, be safe, and many blessings to everyone out there. I'll leave you with this and just say, love your children, honor your elders, and respect your women. Chokotese. This is Quarantine.
Thank you to our audience. We hope to see you at 1:30 p.m. with Troy Seiss and Ray Salate. Have a good day, everyone.